This is Mark Goldberg here from Mark Vlogs Watches, and I'm kind of sitting here laughing because, oh God, like, yeah, this is gonna be, yeah, fuck it, take one. Not this is gonna be any better, but take two. This is Mark Goldberg from Mark Vlogs Watches, and I'm sitting here kind of, chuckling to myself. I've been working on a project on the computer, and I don't know if you do this. I don't know, you do. I know you do this. But like when you need a little distraction, you just sort of, oh, quick wristwatch check. This is the Casio EQB, Edifice travel watch. It's a travel shitter, but I'm really still bad. But I like the watch, and I reviewed it. So hang on, this is distracting me. I'll be right back. Okay, that's a little better. And when when your look is as good as mine, you got to put a lot of effort into it. Because trust me, don't say anything, you motherfuckers. Like I know, all right, I know. So I have to be careful here to look as suave and debonair as I do right now on camera. Okay, so what was I thinking about? Why am I making this video? Well, okay, there's a point here, and that is when what are watches to grown men? I mean, we are grown men, and all we do is fiddle around with watches and collect them. And I mean, I work and I have lots of projects that I'm involved in and stuff. But the wristwatch occupies an incredible amount of my thought process and time. I was talking to my friend Andrew, and he has a dream sheet, which I think is like super organized. Actually, you know what? That's another thing. Speaking of Andrew and his dream sheet and being super organized, I think watches reveal an awful lot about our personalities. Like Andrew is a very, I think, linear, detailed, very strategic, long-term thinker. I admire that because like he's got a dream sheet. He knows what his collection is going to look like in 5 to 10 years. He knows approximately how long it's going to take him to get there, in what order he wants these watches. He has allowed for shifts. He might have a shift or two in his thinking on the one hand. On the other hand, I think he would surprise himself if he deviates from the plan. There's 4 to 5 watches, 6 maybe to come, but he knows like what they are, in what order, what models, what straps, etc. So I mean, that's really that's strategic planning. It's like NATO, Me, I just wake up every day and go, ooh, what did Amy Hunter talk about on YouTube today? Do I want that? What did Archie? What did Federico? What did my friend Dennis Van Patten? What are they talking about? And then I look at those things, and it's not that I'm trying to copycat off of other people's ideas and dreams, but I look for inspiration. So what is this? What is happening to me? And I realized, here's the concept, guys. The watch, for most of us, the watch collection, yeah, the watch is it's our Barbies. The watch is Barbies for grown men, because like we can't play with the GI Joes and we can't play with the army guys anymore. Yeah, I mean, like we could, but they'd make fun of us. So the watch it's our dollhouse. The watch is our Barbie. Now, I met Andrew's wife, Jackie, recently. She's lovely, and she was so happy that Andrew had a little friend to talk to about watches other than her. Because that's another thing. Do we not molest our domestic partners? Do our domestic partners not know a whole lot more about, balance wheels, escapements, and power reserve than they ever wanted to know? Like none of the people who married or got with us ever wanted to know any of this stuff, but they do. And they have to pretend to like it because we need somebody to talk to. And so Jackie was so thrilled, to let Andrew just like talk to somebody else, not her. And that was good for everybody. But when I said, yeah, I think it's our Barbies, she laughed and she goes, we call it Binky. We call them Binkies. So that made me laugh because like apparently I didn't, like a comfort blanket or a binky. So yeah, this is definitely something to the boy children in all of us. And the hands move, so there's something for us to watch. And tons of us, I'm not even kidding here, tons of us have OCD. Here's how you know if you have OCD, by the way, because it can be hard to diagnose if you're not washing your hands 100 times a day. That's not the manifestation I have. But here's how you know if you really have a touch of OCD. If you like watching repetitive motion things, okay, so let me give you an example. A front-loading washing machine. If you just hypnotically stare, as that thing goes, You know, if you can't take your eyes off that motherfucker, you have OCD, right? If you just like stare at your watches and you watch that second hand, if you wake up at night to see if the loom is still looming, that's OCD. Okay, and we can and should and must have creative outlets for these things. So the Barbies, the watches, that's what this is for us. Okay, I'm gonna stop this, turn the camera around. I'm gonna show you what's in my watch winder right now, and then we'll call it a day. Okay, so here's a better view of the watch that I recently made the video on. It's the Edifice Casio Edifice EQB 600. It's a travel watch. I'm not going to go into any detail about this watch now, but it's cool and you should look at my review of it. Okay, so this watch is currently in the collection. Most of my watches, I keep very little at home. Almost everything is in the bank, mostly so I don't play with too many Barbies at once. That gets confusing. Here is what is in my watch winder right now, and we'll just take a quick peek at these guys. I've reviewed this. This is the Rolex Deep Sea Dweller. It is the James Cameron edition. You can see the blue there. Oh my God, I love this watch. I love this. This is my best Barbie. Okay, this is the most collectible Barbie of the entire lot. And I also did a review on this blue Tudor Pelagos. Another really terrific watch. Reviews yet to come. Well, I reviewed the bracelet, this is a strap code Hexad bracelet. I reviewed the bracelet, but I have not reviewed the watch. It's a Breitling A13340. It is a Super Ocean. It has 500 meters of depth resistance, which is amazing for a chronograph. So that's super cool. It's a diving chronograph. I really like that. But I haven't reviewed the watch yet, so that will be coming. And then I have talked about this watch before, but I haven't fully reviewed it. It's a Borealis Scout Sniper. Basically, it's an homage to the Marathon GSAR. And the only actual Marathon that I own is a Marathon JDD, Jumbo Day Date, which I reviewed. So have a look at that review. But I call this watch my sleeping watch because you can see it's got tritium tubes all throughout it. And what that means is it has a very steady, positive glow all night. So I'm the kind of guy who wakes up to pee once or twice, so I always want to know what time it is. Anyway, so, but I was sort of showed this collection, you know, what's in my winder right now. I put something up on one of the Facebook groups about it, and one of the guys said, dude, get something without a rotating dive bezel. And it made me laugh because I realized that's what I have here. You know, there's a rotating, I love those things because you can play with them. All right, who among us, oh man, there's two of them here that are like amazing. Can you hear this? Can you hear this is like the most beautiful tink. Tink. I hope you can hear that, man. It's gorgeous. It's just fun. Oops, and then stay. And then this one is a whole different feel. It's a much smaller tink, but it's way more positive. Anyway, I just love these babies. These are the Barbies in my dollhouse right now. Oh my God, my watch winder is a dollhouse. What are you playing with these days? That's what I want to know in the comments. Do you agree with me about, first, that so many of us have OCD? So that's a question for you. Tell me what you think. And also, what I want to know is, do you think, are these like toys for boys? Is that what this is? Or maybe it's just me and these dive watches, because they're rugged sports watches. You know, you can play with a bezel and, you know, mess with them. Is the dress watch a toy? I don't know. What do you think? Please tell me in the comments. Are we just obsessed with toys?